Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to a cloudy, gray Winnipeg. Spray booth is in your way. You can't look out the window anyway, but you probably wouldn't like what you saw. In fact, I'm guessing 20 minutes ago roughly, I checked the weather. And can you believe it? There's a 70% chance of snow flurries today. Now, mind you, at 2.2 Celsius, the snow isn't going to last very long. That's the good part about getting snow in the spring. It doesn't really bother me too much. It's not like when I get it in October, and I know that it's probably going to be part of the patch in the backyard there for 6 months. Okay, let's not talk about the weather. Let's move on here. It's a good thing we've got a rollback, because basically all I want to do today is I want to spray all this stuff. I know I've been talking about it and I haven't been doing anything about it. As I've said before, talk is cheap and talk is easy. So, I know it's a little bit late. What do we got here? Yeah, 10:25. It's a late start, but I've been up for quite a while. In fact, soon after Superstore opened this morning at 7, I was in the parking lot there and I did my grocery shopping. Do you know I have not been in that store since last year? I can't remember the last time I was actually in the store. I've driven to the store and had them take my groceries out to my car for me. You know, like you can order them online and you can either have them delivered or you can drive to the store and pick them up and they'll bring them out to you. And the last time I think I was at the store was way back in November, and it had just started to snow actually. And that's according to my records, that's the last time I went to the superstore. And I didn't actually go into the store, but today I actually went in and I walked around for about 20 minutes. Yeah, it was almost fun. Well, not really, especially when it came to pay. Wow, has groceries ever gone up? Especially produce. You know, like lettuce. Lettuce used to be cheap. Not anymore. And cabbage. I bought one cabbage. Normally I buy a whole bunch of cabbages and freeze them. I just bought one. In fact, it's in the pressure cooker right now. Cut it all up and I'm going to make probably 4 or 5 liters of cabbage soup with beef, ground beef. Do I have to give you all my personal information? Yeah, it's like somebody came to the door the day before yesterday and they were collecting for the CNIB, the Canadian National Institute for the Blind. And the idea was you were supposed to donate money to help them buy seeing eye dogs, which is a good thing. So I'm thinking, okay, they're all dressed up and they seem to have enough paraphernalia on that looks like they're legitimately from the, collecting for the CNIB. So they said, we just looking for small donations. So I said, okay. So I took my wallet out and I was going to give him a $5 bill. Oh, no, we can't take cash. He's got an iPad or something there, and he wants all my information and my email address and all this kind of stuff. I said, sorry. I said, there's too much information going out the door. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of makes you wonder, is it a scam or what, So many scams going on. Every day I get, well, not every day, that's a lie, but a lot I get calls from people saying that they're from Amazon. You get them too, I'm sure. I can't imagine there's any area in the world that doesn't have these scammers after your money. Gotta be careful. Especially when you're an older person. Older people have a tendency to fall for this sort of thing. Anyway, I haven't yet. Okay, let's, you know what? Let's roll back and see how it is that we got to this place. And in the rollback, you're going to get to see what it was that got delivered by Amazon yesterday. Okay, just moments ago, I repaired our little radar unit here. And we're going to have to wait now for that to cure. Put this in a safe place, which is who knows where. Maybe in here. Okay. Now I have not done anything with our potentiometers yet. I'm going to work on that now. However, what do we got here? 16 minutes after 4. Episode 1557 hasn't even released on YouTube yet. But when I was watching it, sort of scrolling by, you might say, as my editing program processed it, you get to watch it happen on the screen in sort of a jerky sort of way. But all of a sudden, up comes where I had gone into Corel Draw earlier, and I had drawn out the ladder. And the thought came to me, would it be possible if instead of folding the ladders, the stringers, towards the folding line, if I folded them the other way, away from the folding line, would that make a difference? And I've been trying to think that through and visualize it in my mind. Would that make a difference, or are we just having everything just sort of a mirror image and it's still going to be the same problem? Which is what I think it is, but I want to try that. I'm going to find a ladder and I'm going to fold it the wrong way and to see if possibly the treads can be bent and they'll be right with only about a 45 degree bend instead of about 120 degree bend. You know what I mean? For those of you that saw the last episode, that is. At least that's the plan. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to mess around with the potentiometer. Tony, did I say that right? Okay, I have cut ourselves another D10. That's identical to some of the ones that we've already been using. And the idea is that after I bend it, I'm going to save it because there is a possibility that it's not an extra. And this way, yeah, see? Now, I've got a different razor blade here. I couldn't find the one that Andy had sent along with this. It was more or less an ordinary razor blade, but I thought that it had a steel jacket along one side of it, but maybe it didn't. But I've got this one here. It's an old-fashioned blade. I have no idea how old it is. I notice it says here, ever ready. It says made in Great Britain, but it's probably okay anyway. Now you know I'm kidding, right? Okay, let's just get our macro lens on here and move right in. Okay, I know that we are usually moved in just a little closer than this. Now, if we turn this over very carefully, there we go. No, still the same way. There we go. Okay, you can see the folding lines right here. The blade is actually stuck in one, sort of. Okay, normally what we would do is well, speaking of blades, let's get rid of our, and normally we would bend it like that. But we're going to turn it over and bend it the opposite way. And see, will that make a difference? But I don't think it will. But we won't know if we don't try, right? Okay. So I'm looking straight down on it here. That's pretty good. Let's try not to go through another one of these sessions where I keep poking at it until I get it wrong. Okay. Now we're going to take our other razor blade and see if it'll go underneath here. Yeah, it does. Okay, now we're going to just fold this up. And I realize that normally I put the angle a little bit different for you, but I'm sure you can appreciate what most likely happened there. Okay, now we're gonna do the other one. This was going better for me yesterday. Okay, that should be enough. All right, now let's lay this over on its side and see if it is going to be possible to get these ladders horizontal, these treads rather horizontal, by having them fold in and be between the stringers. But I'm looking at it right now, and I am seeing that no, I don't think it will. But let's just reposition here. Okay. Maybe I'll close these up just a little bit here. Hope the one on the left isn't too much closed, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Being as we bent them the wrong way, it means that the parts will be slightly further apart, if that makes any sense. Maybe I got this one too much now. Just bend it back a little bit there. Okay, now you should be able to see on the bottom there. Now, in order to bend, say, this bottom one so that it's going to be horizontal when the ladder is up. See if I can get this now without breaking something. Okay, so the ladder is going to be at an angle of something. It's hard to get a hold of here. Sorry about this. I'm trying not to bend the railing. Okay, so the ladder is going to be at a bit of an angle like that. Now, to get the treads so that they're going to be horizontal. Let's get it off of here now, carefully. We're still going to have to bend this. If we want to bend it the short way, we're still going to have to bend the tread now. How can I get this? I got to block it with something. Is this blocking your vision? Maybe a little bit, eh? Okay, so now this tread is going to be horizontal when we tip everything up. But if we wanted the next one to be horizontal but on the inside between the two stringers, which is ideal, we've got to bend it around about 120 degrees. Now maybe I could do that. Let's just try it here. I don't want to wreck this. It's hard to get a hold of here. Okay, now we want it to be at the same angle as the bottom tread. Now we have to bend it quite a ways around. Okay, now it should be about right. Okay, now both those treads should be, see if I can get in here. Both of those treads now should be basically horizontal. One is bent on the inside and the bottom one is bent on the outside, the wrong way. So, well, I didn't break it. I didn't break it. I'm just for the fun of it, off camera, I'm going to just do the other treads and see how it goes. Okay, I don't know what else I can say here. I can probably stop poking though, right? But if I stop poking, then you're not going to get the three-dimensional idea of this thing. That's quite often why I keep turning something, is because I know that if it's bad at one angle, eventually it's going to get into an angle that can be seen. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, all the treads now are bent the same way, except for the bottom one. The bottom's bent the other way. And I'm just thinking now, I'm wondering, is it possible that I could have possibly have had the other treads bent correctly as well and not broken any? Because I didn't break any here. So I'm going to keep doing it the correct way. And to that viewer who made the comment, thank you very much. I appreciate that, because if you had not commented, I would not have investigated. I would have just continued on with my theory that you couldn't bend them the other way or they'd break. And I don't know why I thought that, but I did. Anyway, you can see we got it. Okay, let's move on here now. Okay, let's make a little bit of room here. And I know you're all anxious to see what we got from Amazon earlier. And I already know what it's supposed to be. Will this tear, or am I going to have to get the scissors? Okay, now the moment of truth here. Alright, it looks alright. Looks a little bit beat up on the packaging. Why does this look like it's been opened and then resealed? I'm not too happy about that. That looks like it's... well, whatever is. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just... No, maybe not. Or maybe it was. Well, I'm going to have to... I don't know, well, the way the light was hitting it there for a minute, it almost looked like there was damage on the edge of this. So I'm going to check it with my microscope later. But anyway, as far as I know, these are the ones that I've seen Steve use in the model shed. And they've been highly recommended. Where's the other ones? Yeah, there's quite a difference. Now these do have a good purpose if you want to fold something really flat. I like these too, but now we got something that'll work a little bit more delicately. Yeah, I'm going to check these out later with my microscope, and I just want to make sure that when I squeeze them shut, they're shut all the way along. And from what I can see by just eyeballing them, it looks good. Looks good. Okay, so to those of you who kept recommending these, well, I finally got them. And I've been getting those recommendations since way back when we started the Bismarck. So I think I bought these before I started the Bismarck. So I was sort of getting a supply of stuff. Anyway. Okay, these things are looking really good. I don't think they're... I don't think they were used. I was a little bit concerned that possibly they had been repackaged because of the way the package looked, but they're not bent or out of line or anything like that. They come together perfectly flat. Everything looks really good, so I'm happy. You just never know these days. Somebody could have used them and returned them, and Amazon shipped them out again. Although I don't think they do that. I think they trash stuff that they don't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is they're okay. Now, as far as our rotator goes, I think I've got it slowed down. At the moment, I'm using CA thick to glue the potentiometer into an existing hole, or I'm taking advantage of an existing hole. So, and then you probably can see the wires going in there. I had to use the potentiometer and a couple of resistors as well, because the potentiometer was sort of either full on, or you just turn it a little bit down and the thing would quit. So I had to add a couple of resistors to help it out a little bit. Now I've got some semblance of variable control. We'll check it out in the morning after everything's set. Okay, I'm going to call it quits here. It's 28 minutes after 8 right now. I had to show you because I thought there might be somebody who didn't believe me. Okay, we'll see you in the morning. Well, it is morning, and if there's one thing a videographer or photographer or whatever you want to call the guy that's behind the camera hates to have to do, it's to video something that is black, because it just is so hard to see. Okay, now the last time I checked this out was about 14 hours ago, and the last time I went like this was wet, and it's not now. This is the first time I'm checking it. Oh, it's a little bit soft. It's still a little bit soft. That means I'm going to have to be really careful here. Okay, so before I put the cover on the back of this thing, what I've got here, first of all, I just put the pointiometer or whatever it is. Oh, I can never remember that. Potentiometer. That's it, because it's potential. Okay, I guess. Anyway, I just put this in the line, and I found that if I had it turned up all the way, it was on. In other words, it probably was running the current directly through from one side to the other without any resistance at all going on. But then as soon as you begin to turn it down, because I believe these are 10,000 ohm resistors from 0 to 10,000, it's just too sensitive. I can sort of understand what the problem is. It should have been like a 100 ohm variable resistor. Then it might have worked better. But it's not. So anyway, I started messing around, and I started adding extra resistors here in the line. And at first I added I think it was a 220 ohm resistor, and that didn't seem to make any difference to it. And then I kept going down and down and down. I found that if I took two 10s, fastened them together so that I ended up with 20 ohms, and that sort of helps this thing out, then I could get it so that I could adjust the speed. So let's just try it here now. Well, you can see what's going on. And I haven't done this since last night, so please don't make a fool out of me. Okay, so first of all, I believe we should turn it all the way up to get it started. Okay. Now, if we start turning it down, it goes slower and slower and slower and slower until finally it stops, and it won't restart. At least, I think that's what, or was it a different resistance that I was doing? I'm almost all the way down now. It's just about ready to stop there. No, oh, that's as far as it'll go. Okay, but you can see it's going really slow. It's almost at a perfect speed now for painting. I don't know how much slower it's going than it was before. So this is good. This is really good. But I don't think it will start up by itself now. No, it won't start by itself. But that's understandable. So I'll just have to remember that, I either have to help it get started or else turn it up all the way. Anyway, I'm kind of happy here. This was kind of fun doing this. I know just enough about this sort of stuff to get myself into trouble. That's about it. I know that some of you viewers are really well versed in this sort of thing, and you know exactly why stuff happens and so on. And I just know the basics. Okay, we'll put the lid on here, and then I think we should set up to do a little bit of spraying. I don't know why I'm bothering to shake this. I can't start painting anyway. A few moments ago, I accidentally broke another one of these off. And so that means I'm going to have to CA it on. And I was just noticing that when I fixed this one, I CA'd it on in the wrong place, so I've got to break it off. Okay. Yeah, I should have CA'd this base onto this square piece, but I don't know what I was thinking. I CA'd it onto this flat piece right here, as you can see. So, you know what? I'm obviously not going to be able to paint these today, which is too bad, because I am going to be spraying with the 77. And I'd want to paint these things to the 77. So, yep. Okay. Maybe I'll just leave these and just get at this painting here. Otherwise, we're just not going to get it done here. Now, while I'm thinking of it, one of the viewers, whose name is Jim, and Jim said that he is also at this place now where he is putting these together. And I would highly recommend, Jim, if you're listening, solder as much as you can. Okay, I think my regulator is set for about 12 pounds or so. Okay, now all of these pieces we're going to want to spray the 19. Now let's see if we can slow this down just a little. That's actually pretty good, I think, isn't it? Let me move you over here so you can see a little better. Okay, let's give this a whirl here. I was gonna test this, wasn't I? I think that's all right. Oh, I was just realizing I was going to say it doesn't take much to stop this thing, and I just realized I don't have my fan on. I was wondering why it was so quiet in here. Okay, now we're going to do a color change. Okay, now another color change. I don't know if I'll video the next one or not. We'll see how it goes. increase the pressure a little bit there. Well, this 77 did not spray very well. I'm thinking I got it too thick. So I'm going to thin it out for when I do the antennas. I'm sort of, you might say, tempted to try and do one antenna now just to see how it'll look, but I don't think so. And I notice I'm seeing some photo etch glinting here on these little ladders here. I'm just going to go ahead and try and touch this up, and then we'll take a close look probably tomorrow. This video is getting quite long here today. What do we got here? 1:32, and I've still got a lot of editing to do, so yeah, we'll see what happens here. Okay, we are all cleaned up here now, ready for the next time. And I think we did pretty good. It would have been nice if we were able to, spray this stuff, the 77 as well, like we did these at the same time. So, but that's the way it goes. That's what makes this hobby fun. Yeah, you want it all to be easy, right? Anyway, I'm going to call it quits here for this afternoon. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.